there, out there in the internet world, the podcast central. This is Derek Everett, or should I say DeathPiles and Taxes with Derek Everett. My man Adam Beasley's across the room from me.
Couldn't be in a better mood. End of tax season.
Tax season is over, and we're going to do a podcast show for you.
That'd be number 14.
Number 14, if you know what I mean.
I do. I've been here for all of them.
Sure, I'll say that we've both been here for all of them.
Well, I've been here physically. Mentally, I don't know if you've been here for all of them.
Man, mentally, you're just getting back now. Taxes are over, my friend. It's celebrate.
It is celebrating.
It's a due 30.
It is a due 30.
Let's do a double due 30. Oh, yeah. So, what you hearing about last week? You get any good feedback?
Man, I got so much good feedback on that.
That's probably, as far as people go, the most interaction I've had with people was, apparently they like that story about me down in the Florida Keys.
You know, good feedback on that, and overall good feedback. I think the whole concept is starting to take off.
And we're starting to reach that group. The funny thing is, today at work, coming to the office, and my boss says, hey, I just gave away your secret. And you know me, I never know which secret's what. And our safety guy was talking about how he wants to get into going around to yard sales, that kind of thing. So I guess he told him that I'm an eBay man, and we sat there and probably talked 15, 20 minutes about different things. Guy's got different toys that he's kept from his childhood, all sorts of different things. So it's getting out there. It's the secret's no longer a secret.
You know, gal that works for me, her husband Brian, he's been listening. You know what he told her, his wife?
Quit that job, baby.
He didn't quite go that far, but he
says,
says,
"Give your 2 weeks and say thanks for teaching."
No, not her husband.
I thought maybe she was telling, or he was telling her to tell you that the services were no longer there and that they just do their own what.
Heavens no, I can't have that. He was just saying he could start selling some stuff on eBay.
Hey, do it, man. That's why we're here. That's what this podcast is all about. If you haven't figured it out, I'm gonna go podcasting for your recreational eBayer.
That's right. He's got a lot of YouTube stuff.
Okay.
You know, he said, band stuff, you know, all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gig economy, as they're calling it. You can go, I mean, that's the Uber drivers, the Airbnb, all that, you know. So add eBay in your repertoire, if you will, and if it works for you, great.
I just want to throw this out there. You know, you had 35 downloads on the new podcast on Monday.
Man, you're a numbers guy, I guess. It was a good day. I don't know. I don't really look at that. I figure once we get up into where I think we will be, this will not look like much. So
59 people listen to last week's episode.
Hey, and if you're one of those 59 people, I thank you. But you got friends, so let's tell some friends and family members that need to make a little more residual income or extra income that they need to listen to DeathPiles and Taxes, and let me and Adam feel that love.
Yeah, we need to get going on this, man.
And also, you know, if you feel that love, go ahead and give us a 5-star review. You can find me over on the Twitter machine at DRoy Everett. Adam's at Adam Up Accounting. You know, if you've got questions or whatever, drop us a line. We're here to help.
If you like that Carl Malone, you just wait till I get the old Jerry Sloan.
Man, if you like that Florida story, wait till I tell you this Jerry Sloan story. I guess people like me telling stories. I don't know.
Well, didn't it used to be story time on St. Dennis?
I used to do some story time. Sunday stories, we'd call it. And I just tell stories.
Until YouTube kicked you off?
Well, Podbean's not kicking us off. That's what matters.
That's right.
Apple's not kicking us off. And Google Play. And we're back on YouTube. I don't know if you know that or not. We have a YouTube channel for DeathPiles and Taxes. So
I love it.
It's the loneliest YouTube out there right now. We don't have a whole lot of views, but it's just this on YouTube. So,
well, you know the best thing? Like I said, tax season's over, so you know what I got to do?
What?
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want?
Whatever I want. I'm no longer chained to the desk anymore.
Hey, before we go off taxes, I found this. This was a meme, on the interwebs.
Okay.
That my cousin's wife had, and I thought a guy like you might enjoy it. This is for tax day.
Okay.
It's the government having a conversation with you. So here I am. The government comes and says, you owe us money. It's called taxes. I say to the government, how much do I owe?
Oh, yes.
The government says, you'll have to figure that one out. I say, can I just pay what I want? They say, oh no, we know exactly how much you owe, but you have to guess that number too. And then I say, what if I get it wrong? And they say, then you go to prison.
That's,
Is that taxes? Does that sum up taxes right there for most of us?
we've got the most interesting collection system in the world.
Yeah.
They already have most of the data.
Well, I've never thought of it that way, but it's like, if you know how much, just send me the bill, right?
Well, the thing, I'm telling you, we're ahead of the curve. That Venmo, you got to start keeping track of it. The government will start taxing that.
Well, on services and stuff, but what about Venmo? I owe you $20 for buying me a hot dog at the ball game or whatever.
Do you think the government cares?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just keep waiting, man.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, he's listening to our conversation.
That's
right
why
now.
we're getting the Bitcoin.
That's right.
We haven't even went into cryptocurrencies.
No, we're not getting
14 episodes deep.
No, we're not getting into that.
Hey, so you know my buddy Watty?
Yeah, what's old
We talked
Watty
about
say?
him last week.
Yeah, what's Watty got?
Shout out to Watty. He tells me, he sent me this, and he said that he made $72 selling stuff on eBay for the first day. What he did is he was in St. Louis. Like I said, he was going to these baseball games, right?
Yeah.
So he went to the Cardinals game. They were giving away free windbreakers. You know, when you walk in stadiums, they give prizes or whatever when you come there, whatever you call them, door gifts.
Yeah.
So the first one they sold for $12, and then the next day they sold two more at $15. Well, then they kept going to the game, so then there was bobblehead day. So they get some bobbleheads. Looks like they were selling for about $15. His wife started selling some of the kids' old toys, right? And so I'm like, oh, good job, whatever, right? Then he sends back, he said, sorry to keep bugging you. Like I mind hearing these stories,
Like you have anything else going.
Yeah, like I'm watching the Jazz playoff game. Please take me out of my pain. At this point, give me some distraction because it's looking horrible. So they sold another windbreaker and then some kids' toys for $35. So on his first day doing eBay, he made $122. And then we talk about how addicting whatever it is, and then he throws this out. This one's at you. He says, I'll keep you posted. I'm going to try to beat Pahrump's goal of $300 in a month. He's calling you out, man.
Ooh. We're at, between me and my wife, we're at like 210 right now.
And you've been doing it for how long?
Well, I started it a month ago. I sold 2 items, and she's been doing it for about a week and a half now. And you know what the best thing is? Man, that cha-ching.
That cha-ching. You hear that? It's like you'll just sit there, and that's like heroin into the vein or something, isn't it? It just takes you to this euphoria.
If you get one of those early morning things, like, man, that's a good way to wake up.
I know. It used to be like your phone would go off, but you're like, wait a minute, something sold. What sold? Then you gotta look and see what it sold and what it sold for.
You've seen my new death pile.
I know. I took a tour of the office today. When Adam came back, I was waiting for him in the parking lot. He'd been up with the kids to the zoo,
and then we went thrifting.
But they went thrifting, so he had to show me what they got, and then took me into his room over here, and I said, "Oh, you got your death pile started."
My inventory room.
Your inventory room. You're just saying this on the record because now it's tax related.
Can I write that off? Can I write part of my office off for that?
Hey, that's what my tax man tells me. I don't know.
All I know is, so we're getting ready to make a move. We've purchased a new to us home, and we're accumulating this stuff. But I'm like, I don't want to move it twice.
No sense in moving it twice.
So let's just move it into the inventory room, and there you go. But I do got to show you this before we really get cranking.
Okay.
Because we've been watching. I look at, it's funny because you can tell that when you're at the thrift stores, you can see other people doing the same thing. Like, oh, that guy's doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can look around and you're like, but then you learn, oh, that guy's just looking for books. Or
yes.
Like, oh, that guy's into
records,
pottery, whatever. Yeah. You're like, don't come near my space. When you see him going over towards your stuff, you're like territorial. And
that's right.
Hey, those are mine.
So I'm still trying to find like the thing for me, okay? Because we're doing these thrift stores again. We're trying to learn how to do it. Posting what's the best, rate on our return, because we're still learning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people niche down and just pick an item. You know me. I like to diversify. So if something's not selling, you got something else. Hopefully. That's how I like to do it. Lots of pokers in the fire. But yeah, find what works for you and go for it.
So now we're kind of divide and conquer. And just like you said, like we brought our kids and they kind of know. I was walking around electronics. My kids like, Sony. They're pointing it out. And I'm like, no, that's just too new of a one. And it's been good.
Yeah, you don't want too new of electronics.
No, you don't.
There's not Best Buys full of them.
No, there's not. So a lot of T-shirts. I think that's, I buy them for $2 and we'll see what we can sell them for.
Well, even say, most T-shirts, even say you get $8-10, you're buying them for $2.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a crazy return.
Yeah, you could. So we're shooting for $10. That's kind of our goal. Is if we can get $10 per thing that we actually make, minus our fees, and that's one of the things I've been trying to teach my kids is gross and net. Like, what eBay fees? Does it pay to promote? Because when you say, "Oh, I sold it for $15," okay, well, what did you pay for it? $2?
Yeah.
How much was shipping? So I'm really hoping them to learn. So that's one of the things we look for, and I pull up on my phone and look up every kind of T-shirt. It's got to be unique.
Yeah, you can't just go sell what they can go get off the rack at a Walmart or whatever, because they'll just go do that, right?
So I've got a pile over here.
Yeah, we went through it. You had some good. You had the old Reptar.
Yeah,
everyone remembers Reptar.
Yeah, Nickelodeon T-shirt, some Marvel T-shirts. I can't even remember all the ones.
Can't even.
Dr. Seuss.
He got so many he can't even remember.
I might have several that might be self shirts.
Self? I don't even know what you do with yourself in a T-shirt, Prumpy. This is a family show.
Wear it every day.
Okay. Oh, self, you're going to keep it.
Yes, keepers. Is that what you call them?
Are you getting high on your own supply?
Oh, man. I can't dip into my personal stash.
Yeah, that's one of the good things. You go find things, you find a cool item, and then people come over and say, "Where'd you get that?" And you're just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a collector. I get things."
Collector. So I got to show you this one thing, okay? Because I know when I'm there, it's always, you look for the unique. And I don't know, how it's going to sell or what it is, but uniqueness.
All right, you got me curious. Your kid rolled it out.
Yes.
You told him he can't talk to me or tell me anything about it.
No.
So
we got to be.
I'm sitting here. It looks like a rolled up, probably about 3.5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a scroll. Maybe it's a map of the world. It looks like it's some sort of a fabric material. So why don't you unroll it and I'll let the people see what I see.
Let me unveil the finding.
This might be the month's worth of maybe it's a treasure. Captain Jack's. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing the burgers. And I'm seeing the arches. Is that Grimace?
That is Grimace.
That's Grimace and the Fry Guys. That is an old McDonald's mat. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Golden Arches Avenue, McNugget Parkway, Toy Terrace, French Fry Freeway. Oh, the Fry Guys are up there. Well, you got to be a certain age to even know what this is, because I don't think these characters exist anymore, do they?
They don't. They're too racially insensitive. I think that's the term they used.
The Hamburglar, man, and Birdie. Wow. Well, so where did you find this?
I found it at a local thrift store.
Really?
Paid $8 for it.
That was a steal. I'd go ahead and say, wow.
So it says 1999.
Uh-huh.
Wow,
that seems even too new for 99, which I guess is still about 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago.
Well, it's 2018.
It's 2019 now.
No, turn the calendar, turn the page.
We're into May, the second
quarter. It ain't
quarter.
2020 yet.
No.
That's all math I was doing.
So that's kind of, like I said, that's something that we found, and I look it up, and it was unique, and so here's my...
Sunday Ski Resort. Was this like in the store, do you think?
No, this was in the yard area.
Okay. Oh, in the yard.
Yeah, this is outside in the yard area.
And it's not too sun damaged, so that's actually quite the find.
It was rolled up, and he said, "Hey, Dad, you got to come check this out." I'm like, "What did you..." There's no way I could have ever guessed that's what he was going to find.
So your kid found this?
Oh, yeah, my kid found this.
Wow.
This was his eye.
He's paid for himself.
That's what I told him.
You remember when we went to game day and I had those McDonald gloves?
Yeah,
I made like $30-$40 off those.
Wow.
So
here's my question. Like I said, this is a pretty unique item. I looked. I've never seen anything. What do you do with that? How do you price that? Like, what do you do?
Well, there's a lot of McDonald's collectors. To ship that's going to be kind of a pretty penny. That might have to be something you have to figure out.
I looked it up. Somebody said like you roll it up in one of those tubes.
Yeah, kind of like rugs, or I guess that is a rug.
Yeah.
What I would do is get your dimensions. I'd take a lot of pictures. I'd take your time, listing, description. I'd do an auction on that, probably a 10-day auction.
Okay.
Have it in Sunday night or Saturday night when a lot of people are off. That's generally the best time.
Ooh, that's a good tip. That's a hot tip.
Hot tip. I'd do a reserve. Now you have to figure out what that reserve would be, like your opening bid. If it doesn't get to that, then you're not doing it. But I would first try an auction to see, because there's a lot of McDonald's collectors out there, and this is a piece from a store that doesn't exist anymore. So there's not a lot of those out there. So I'd set it a little high. I don't know how high, and have your reserve, have your shipping pricing to that reserve, probably do free shipping, promote it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I would sit back and wait. And the problem with auctions is you'll get some things, you'll get a lot of watchers, but it's that last hour to 2 hours where things go crazy. So you're thinking, I've wasted my time on all this, and then if it's the right item, things go nuts. If not, if it doesn't meet your reserve, you have 10 days to kind of see the interest, how many people are looking at it. I'd price it fairly high, and then just wait for the right person to come buy it after that.
Man, I like it.
That's what I would do.
I'm already pumped. And you did see my other little treasure we found. My daughter found one.
What one was that?
The Donald J. tie.
Oh, yeah. So Trump ties.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone out there knows he's the president of the United States right now.
Whether you agree or disagree with
Agree or
him.
disagree, I sold a Trump pin the other day from the whatever
Election?
campaigning.
Yeah,
it just
election.
said Trump and an elephant.
Uh-huh.
And I sold that for like $10. I picked it up for free or dang near free, something like that. Anything political, I mean, both sides. I sold a lot of Obama shirts 8 years ago.
Yeah. So just that's, and I think that's kind of what we're learning, because we're trying to get a good death pile, because we've actually sold quite a few items already.
That's what your wife was in here packing. You
Tuck
called
away.
me and you said, where do I go get my bags at? I need some poly mailers. So
Too legit, man. We went and bought 500 poly mailers.
that's a good place to be. That's your Donald J. Trump tie, his shirts, his ties. Those are going pretty. I mean, I'm sure the people out there, maybe they're not, because we have a lot of people starting.
Man.
Anything like that, it doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on. I guess if you have personal, moral things that you won't do that. For me, it doesn't matter what my politics are if I can make some money off of it, off either side. So that's kind of where that's where I go. So
I'm gonna have to have my wife take some pictures. I'm gonna take this home because I gotta beat Watty. I don't want Watty beating me.
now you got competition.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been up to, man.
Well, something else happened. Now I have to get back to try and figure out what even do I have going on. That takes my.
See.
We might have to take a picture and put that up on the Twitter or somewhere for people to see.
And if you are a McDonald's collector,
add them up a county.
see, I think I know what I'm going to do because I'm learning from the master here. Your MacGyver, whatever you call it, fan group.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go in there as man, I love McDonald's. Guys, you got to check out.
Look at this. What do you guys think this is worth? Is this guy asking too much for this? Follow the link.
Kind of do your own social.
I'm only going to go into it 500. That's where I'm out. You guys, I don't know if anyone's going to beat that price. Do you think they will? Follow the link.
And follow the link.
Hey, how about this weekend? We had other hot tip. Tiger Woods is back from the grave.
Oh, I love me that Tiger. It's funny you say that. I saw a Tiger Woods Nike shirt at the thrift place.
Yeah.
But it didn't have any. It was just a red shirt, but it didn't even have a Nike swoop on it. It just said Tiger Woods in the back.
We're right on the Sunday.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go with that one.
No, that's personal choice. But right now, I mean, for the time being, he's hot again.
Yeah.
There was a big slump where if you were having your Tiger collection, it wasn't too profitable. So I'd say right now is the time to
Unload.
Dump off your Tiger gear while people are still wrapped. I don't even know. Happy.
Yes.
Happy that he won the Masters.
They're part of the roar.
Part of the tiger by the tail. Oh, now you're eating a protein bar. Just a relish. Now you're just happy.
Got a power snack.
So what kind of things you been selling?
We got. I told you Tupperware.
Uh-huh.
The Tupperware is hot, and the problem is now I've gone with my wife to a few different places. Can't find it.
Oh, maybe you gave out too much strategy, or your wife's just bought it all up.
I guess so. No wonder it sells because there wasn't any. But one thing we have learned: Tupperware, some clothing, Winnie the Pooh plate. Yeah.
People don't like it when I poo on a plate.
I don't know what to say. That Winnie the Pooh, the character, Christopher Robin.
Oh, Christopher Robin's friend, Winnie. Yeah. I don't know.
Kid show.
Kids shouldn't be pooing on plates. People don't like it. I stand by it.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie I poo or Winnie I don't. People don't like it when it's on a plate.
Man, oh man,
Serve it up on a platter. The poo-poo platter.
derailing the show.
It's my turn.
We've only been 20 minutes and you're already derailing.
It was my turn to derail it. Okay, you're Winnie the Pooh plate.
Yeah, and like I said, some clothing. Got a lot of stuff to list. So this is going to be my question is, We've done a lot of accumulation. When you list, what's your strategy? How do you do it to be efficient?
Oh boy, that's the $1 million question, and it kind of comes down to how you list. Everyone's got their own way. Some people use just mobile apps. Some people do the desktop only with cameras. Some do a hybrid in between. A lot of people like to do similar items. So what you're doing your T-shirts or whatever, you try to do all your T-shirts because you're kind of in that flow. You might have the similar button available to you depending on how you're doing it, or you've already printed off, men's large T-shirt. You can copy paste it basically, so you're just filling in the details. I think that's probably the easiest way, because if you're jumping back and forth to placemat, Tupperware dish, T-shirt, toy, game, you have to shift everything on how you're taking your pictures and stuff, and then your description, your mind's jumbling all over. So I'd say get all similar items together that you're going to be listing and just try to knock out whatever your goal is for that day, if it's 2 items or 20.
Well, I think we got at least 20 items. We got about 35. The nice part is...
It's going to be called the DeathPiles and DeathPiles show here soon.
Oh, no. It's going to be the DeathPiles and Profits show.
Oh, there you go.
See, because we got this New England trip coming up next month. We're buying.
Here's the thing. So, people in the New England area, New York, don't consider, because you keep saying New York, New England.
I know.
They hate that. New York's not part of New England. If you ask them, to us, it's all the same.
Northeast.
The Northeast.
Northeast.
You're going to have people, when they see you, they're going to be, are you that guy that's been calling us Northeasterners? Or
New Yorkers.
No, the New York, the New Englanders, and you're going to have a target on your back. So...
Hey, people know me out there. That's great.
Hey, there's some shops out there. Apparently, there's like higher end. I mean, there's places where you can go buy, like, designers make jewelry and stuff, or like sample pieces and stuff like that. You go to the stores. There's all sorts of crazy things to get into back in the New York area as far as thrifting goes. And
yeah, I've been in the Diamond District.
I mean, you might need to bring the checkbook.
Those rabbis wear those briefcases handcuffed.
Yeah,
seen it, been there.
Yeah, you might want to do a little research and find there's some cool places, maybe some auctions, local auctions. It's all about how you want to ship stuff home and what you're bringing home. But I think there's some profit out there to be made, so this should be a good trip for you.
Well, I got to get rid of that death pile so we have some profit to buy.
I bought something from New York the other day. I was on my Facebook, so I tell you how I peruse around on the Facebook Marketplace. Okay. And this is just during my lunch hour, kind of cruising through, and I see like 20 wrestling shirts, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's my bread and butter. Then I have to make sure they're in my right era and my right whatever. I do my due diligence of what's this guy got. And I see that he's already sold like 5 or 10 of them. Yeah, I think he sold about 10 of them. So I heard he send him a message like, hey, I'm interested in buying all of these. Do you ship? Yeah, what's your zip code? So anyways, conversed with him. By the end of lunch, I bought 10 wrestling shirts. They're on their way to me. They wanted $5 a piece, which a little high, but when I know I'm going to be selling for $35 to $40 a piece, that was a good transaction. It was a good lunch.
What do you think of my wrestling shirt I got?
The old Rey Mysterio Jr.
I didn't know who it was. I just saw it said WWF. And
yeah, he's back. I can tell you, people here don't care. I can tell you all about him off the air. But no, that's a good time. He just came back. He's a beloved character. It looked like a kid's shirt. So
yeah.
Some of those, maybe your prices won't be as good as they could be if it was an adult, but for him, that's probably a good size for the kids.
All I know is I'm pumped, man, because I'm finding things.
Yeah. Well, here's something that's coming up.
Oh, I found some Dale Senior Christmas ornaments.
And Dale Senior Christmas ornament.
Yeah, that was my daughter's find.
You on track. I told you to get them kids to work. I'm glad you're finally listening to me.
I know.
I don't know what to do. I can't yell at you. You've been listening to me. And,
I have.
You're making some money, and tax season's over. You're going to be out basking in the sun.
Oh, I think
making that easy money.
There was a Tony Stewart, too.
Who?
Tony Stewart, number 20.
I'm not a NASCAR guy, my friend.
You've been to NASCAR.
Was Tony Stewart active while I was there?
Yes.
Oh, he's my favorite then.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Great sausage. Isn't he the sausage guy?
You're thinking of Jimmy Dean's.
Oh, okay. I think it was Jimmy something. Jimmy Swagger.
Jimmy Benson. McKnight.
Yeah. What's up, James Benson?
Oh,
So we're getting to be good weather yard sale season.
that's what my wife's looking forward to.
The other thing was at work, my boss hit me up in his area. They're going to have the 40 house yard sale here in a couple weeks, so I'm going to have to give you some info on that. Apparently the whole neighborhood just has a big yard sale day, and everyone just comes out. So
Man, we might have to do that date and time off the air.
we might have to do date and time. I don't know. Get your stuff out. We're coming. We're bringing cash.
Yeah, maybe we can promote it. Maybe we can catch a cut.
Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing. So, what's your strategy for yard sales? This is your first big year. Everyone's got a different game plan. So,
You know, that's the thing. I just don't know yet because we haven't. I think clothing is going to be a big one because we know that it's a low. What do you call it? It's a low barrier to entry. That's one thing I explained to my wife is we've got all of this stuff. Like it says, I buy it all on one credit card because I know exactly how much it is. I mean, I got 10 T-shirts for $18.
I mean, worst case, you have a yard sale yourself. And say we're out, and you make your $18 back.
Exactly. So that's kind of everything. Everything that we have entered in right now, I think we got maybe $200, and I got a room full of stuff right now.
Yeah, well, $18. If you can even turn that to 40, which you should have no problem doing with just this one piece alone, I'm looking at should be a lot more than that. So I think you'll make your money back.
So I guess kind of our thing is I'm really trying to kind of practice here so that we can get better at it. And I think my wife's already said, "Oh man, we need to buy bigger ticket items."
Yeah.
Because she's like, well, we're only making, $5, $7, $10, which is great.
Well, it's a learning curve, though.
It is. It's a learning curve.
If you make mistakes, you want to be on the $5, $10 items, not on thinking that you're going in for the big bucks and you go all in and you get burned. So
And I guess she asked you a question. She had somebody who said, it was one of those nice shirts that she found. It was like a $25 shirt she sold it for, found it for $2. Somebody said, oh, well, this shirt has been smoked in.
Yeah. No, you're going to get stuff like that. Sometimes people are just being picky, and sometimes you get it from a thrift store. Maybe somebody was smoking it, and it has that thrift store smell that you don't say, no, it's not smoke, it's an old person from the thrift store. So,
yeah.
Just when you're talking to people, I like to keep it professional and brief. If that, say, we don't smoke at our house, sorry. Maybe before you put shirts in, give them a squirt of Febreze before you seal them. But basically just say, sorry, don't know how that happened. We don't smoke. Maybe talk to the postman. Maybe he was burning some candles on the delivery, but sorry to hear that. Not necessarily. I mean, if something's the wrong size or damaged, or I didn't see something and describe it, then of course I'm going to take a return or say, send it back. But something like that, I just, kind of say, you apologize and move on.
It was kind of one of those weird things because she says, oh, I want you to refund me $6 so I can have it dry cleaned.
Yeah, like, no, that's not my business. I always say, if you have a problem, at that point, be like, yeah, you can talk with eBay about that. I just sell. Just keep it brief or ignore and move on. If they ever do threaten you and say, or I'll give you bad feedback, that's feedback extortion, which is against eBay rules, so you just call them up and they'll take it away. But
what'd you call that?
Feedback extortion.
Oh, wow.
But generally, it's not going to happen. Maybe they won't leave you feedback, which isn't the worst thing ever either. So I just kind of move on and say, it didn't happen here. Maybe talk to the post office. Maybe they'll do it for you. Let me know.
Well,
and then just move on.
Man, you're just getting me full of tips.
Well, you want to keep it professional. Well, I'm going back to the yard sales because our people out there are listening. So you got here's your different types of the yard sale people, right?
Yeah.
You got the early birds.
Okay.
So the sign says starts at 10 o'clock. These people are out 6 in the morning scoping the place out, and they're trying to get in there for that first buy.
Okay.
Because they're thinking they're going to get the good stuff before anyone even sees it. So 6, 8 o'clock in the morning, they're out scoping, knocking on the door, saying, what you got. You got the late birds, which are the people that come after and they just want to scavenge everything and say, okay, all this didn't sell. Are you just taking it to the thrift store? I'll take it all for you. And they don't want to pay nothing for it.
Okay.
Or they want to pay very little and say, hey, I'll take the rest of that to the thrift store for you so you don't have to do it. I'll do you a service.
Okay.
Then they go home and sort it out or whatever they do. Or you got, your average person that's just going and you're trying to do your bundling. Or there's the haggler. There's the person that, this shirt's $1, I'll give you 10 cents for it.
I couldn't. I don't know. I guess I haven't been in the circumstance yet, but I don't know how to play the game.
Well, you got to figure out your strategy. You got to go in there with the wife and have the same game plan. Is this going to fit grandma? Your code words.
So do you play good cop, bad cop with you and Holly?
Honestly, we usually just go and we try to be quick because there's so many yard sales and stuff going. We'll go sometimes just do the drive-by, look over anything that we're interested in, or you do the stop and roll.
The stop and roll?
You kind of stop, you just roll out real fast, do a walk around. If there's anything that catches your attention, you kind of do the little hand flag over or whatever. And then, yeah, I'm usually trying to be a bundle guy, is usually where I come down with, hopefully they have stuff. It's sad if it's only 1 or 2 items, and then you can't really bundle, so you're just like, how much do you want for this? $5 or whatever. And I'm like, how would you? It depends. Sometimes I'm like, would you take 2? Because, you know, or you just give them the $5 and move on.
So I'm still pretty old-fashioned. I'm guessing when I go to the yard sales, I'm bringing cash money.
Oh, yeah, you bring cash money. Some people do got the Venmo or the pay options.
I just wouldn't be comfortable with that.
Well, it's a yard sale, too. So what you want to do, so here's a hot tip for you. You don't want to roll in with a $20 bill if you're going to be haggling, right? No. You need your singles. And you need them singles to look ragged. And you got kids. I'd go get your kids some big ice cream cones before you go so their faces are all covered and dirty. Have them wearing some torn up shirts. And then maybe it'll get you some sympathy there of them just looking haggard and having not do their hair. And if your kids need glasses, they can't wear it, so they're looking all up close so they can't figure out what's going on. And then you just have to say, well, you know, it's been a tough year for Mom and Dad, but maybe we can get this stuff for you. Ask the nice lady over there running it, and maybe you'll get some deals that way.
Is that garage sale extortion?
I need to go get my neighbor's kids because I just came up with a good idea, extortion.
Hey, you can rent my kids every Saturday.
Maybe you should rent them out.
I know my son wanted to stay here tonight.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of the podcast, and you said, it's a school night, Junior, go home. No, you wanted to let him stay.
Don't get me in trouble.
No, you did. You wanted. We'll have your kids someday, I'm sure.
I mean, it is getting late already.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little dusk, but yeah. So you got to come up with your plans for the yard sales, and each one's going to be a little different. And that's the other thing when you're trying to look things up on your phone, people.
It's hard.
It's hard because you don't want the person coming over and be like, "So what you doing?" Because you try to chat it up and get a good relationship with them. You don't want to say, "Oh, this thing's going for $40 on eBay. What do you want for it?"
So you kind of got to have an idea going into it.
Well, here's another thing. So there's these people, too, and I think you might be in this camp. There's the person that will say there's some video games or some records or whatever outside, right? There's the person who will say, you got any more stuff like whatever you're looking for inside or whatever that you haven't brought out yet? I'm interested. I'm a collector. I'm whatever. And then you get into the old secret stash of, oh, yeah, we just didn't bring it all out. Or, oh, what you got in your room, Tommy? Take this guy in there. And you don't go in Tommy's room alone. You got a little look on your face there. I don't know what your past history is, but you make sure that you got adult supervision. I'm just saying you go in there and you buy his video games for cheap.
So I saw that on one of those garage sale YouTube videos that they say, hey, you got any more of this, or you got any more of this?
Yeah.
Which usually means people do. And
well, it doesn't hurt. Worst thing they say no, or like, okay, do you know anyone else around here that does? I collect, if it's old vinyl records or video games, whatever. Like, I'm a collector. You know anyone that would have this or be willing to sell?
I'm looking for a MacGyver jacket.
I'm looking for a MacGyver jacket. You got the box set. Here's another hot tip for you.
Okay.
You go to these, because you'll see all these school troops are going on trips or anything like that, right?
Okay.
Fundraiser type things. So that's just, everyone just brings all their stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of a madhouse. I like to go to the kids and ask them the prices because they don't know, nor do they care. So how much is this coat? $3? I don't know. And you give them the $3 and you get out of there. It's their trip. I'm supporting them still. I'll buy some Kool-Aid for a quarter on the way out. But that's, you're in the game now.
So you're saying the yardies are coming up and we need to get prepared.
How much for that leather jacket? Oh, I don't know. $5? Okay. Sold. Here. Cash money.
So how do you, know where all these yard sales are at?
Well, so different places. There's actually websites where people can post. I know we have the local classifieds, or you got your Facebook yard sales. It's not too hard of a secret. Every town's kind of got their own area where people will put up their billboard, little poster boards with addresses.
Yeah.
Online, I don't know, sometimes you want to go to the richer cities, sometimes you want to go to the poorer cities. I've had some really good luck going to little small towns where no one goes.
Okay.
And they just got a bunch of stuff and nobody's there to buy it. So it all just kind of depends, but usually online you can find you a website. I think it's just Google garage sales. I can't remember. There's some treasure map, yard sale treasure map or something like that where we're at. where we're at, the KSL,
Ours is all in KSL.
has it, or
Yeah.
you just drive down Main Street of a busy town and you'll see signs this way and that way. I know when we were down in Vegas, we just started driving around some neighborhoods, and there's yard sales all over. So,
Well, good. Well, yard sales coming up now that it is warm, and
yard sales or your flea markets.
Yeah.
In some areas, that's a bigger thing, and it's the same. It's just see what you can find.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I'm getting pumped, man. Taxes are over.
The taxes have died. No more taxes.
The sad part is I've still got like 50 extensions to do, and I got a lot of work still to do.
Well, that's good. That's more money, right?
It is more money. More money, more problems.
I thought you were just saying we don't have to pay taxes no more, so I was getting excited for a little bit.
No, you've got to pay your gasoline tax, your sales tax, your postage tax.
But next year, we're not paying any tax on what we're selling.
That's right,
We're just going to flee.
because we're going to spend it.
Well, yeah, so there's just some basic yard sale strategies.
Man, that's some good tips.
And I don't know what else you got going.
Well, we got halfway through the show already, man.
We're halfway through. We'll save all the good stuff for on the comeback trail.
Let's hit it up. I think we're going to have to throw out another commercial here, too.
Another commercial. Well, Adam Up Accounting's done all their business. What more money could they want?
That's true. That's very true.
He's out to the thrift stores.
Thanks for listening to DeathPiles and Taxes. This is Adam, your tax man. If you're listening to this podcast, hopefully that means you're selling on eBay. There's lots of things that you should know, and that's what we're here to help you. At Adam Up Accounting, we give you all the insights of what you should be keeping track of, the things you can write off, and how you can help improve your tax business so that you can pay as little as possible, but enjoy spending those profits on things that make you happy. Check us out on our website, Adam Up Accounting. Bottom right-hand corner, you can chat with us right there. Thanks. Welcome back to the second half of Death Pile and Taxes, episode number 14.
Episode 14, second verse, same as the first. Here we go. You're called out by Watty, buddy.
Dang that Watty. I'm telling you, we're going to get to that 300 before he does.
I'm telling you, people all over kind of jumping on this train. It's going to be interesting to see who's making what and who's selling what. And
It's a drug, man.
that's what he said. It's addicting. I said, yeah, it's kind of replaced gambling for me in a lot of ways. It's like the you always win. It's just waiting how long till the thing sells, I guess, is where it comes out.
Your slow burn.
Your slow burn, your slow dime, fast nickel.
Get rich.
Get rich slow scheme. Maybe that's what brought all the people in last week. I don't know.
I like it. You know, the one thing that I have enjoyed is that now, you're just like you said, it's a full family thing now, man.
That's what I'm saying. Get those kids, like you said, they see things, they remember things. They're just, in that mode where their brain remembers stuff. So it can spot. I don't know. It seems to work.
Thrift it Thursday.
Thrift it Thursday. Is that what you're doing?
Thursday's the family day. We go thrifting.
Well, that's cool. I heard this story. I was going to relate this to you. I forgot about it. So, you ever been going somewhere and there's the train, right? The train rolls up and there's a lot of people going to, it's like a sporting event or you're going to a concert or whatever. So everyone's way excited getting on the train and you kind of fill it up. And then, like, the next couple stops, people are still getting on. They're all excited. About the third or fourth stop, the train's really full. And those same people that were so excited look at people trying to get on the train and they say, the train's full. You can't get on.
Okay.
There's no room on the train.
Yeah.
You can't go.
All right.
That's a lot of what I think happens with online sellers, right? So we're like all excited and we're like, oh man, we're going to go. We're going to make money. We got this. I'm going to go find ideas from people. I'm going to go see what this person's doing. I'm going to see what that person's doing. Me and my family are going to do it. And then it gets to like you're comfortable. You kind of know what you're doing. You've been there for a couple months, couple years or whatever. And somebody comes up to you and says, hey, what do you sell online or what's going on? Oh, no. There's no money to be made there. You can't be selling T-shirts. Nobody's going to. Don't worry about it. The train is full. There's too many people selling. You're going to be taking all my stuff. And it's kind of that same scenario, right?
Here's the thing. It's funny you're saying that. You know what I keep realizing? Guess what? Grandma and Grandpa's going to die.
There's that.
House full of stuff.
Those thrift stores aren't looking any emptier, are they?
No.
That's the thing. the online, when you're looking at your virtual dumpster diving, is there any less items to buy?
There's only more items to buy.
So that's the thing. It's a world wide web, my friends. So if somebody's interested, you send them our way. If you don't want to teach them or help them, say, I don't really got the time or whatever. Here's the podcast. Hit up Derek on the Twitter. And good luck. But there's no money to be made. The train has left the station. We're all going to go watch the concert. You can't come.
Going back to what we're talking about, just buying T-shirts, okay? Just buying T-shirts. If you did it right, like I said, you could make several hundreds of dollars a week.
Yeah, it's all just time and finding the right stuff. If you get into like the vintage rock and roll concert shirts or stuff like that, some of those things, like even not as old, the Guns N' Roses or the Metallica shirts from the 80s and stuff.
The Lost Boys?
Those go for hundreds of dollars. No, you're thinking the Dutch Boys.
No, I found some, I looked it up, it's like a $25 shirt.
Yeah, that's the thing, you just have to know that they're bands. And I mean, there's ways of identifying shirts. You got your copyright, you got your tags, different tags mean different eras.
Yeah.
If you can get back to like the Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones of the 60s and 70s shirts, or the Grateful Dead, some of that stuff, you're looking at hundreds of dollars for a T-shirt.
So you're saying I should be perusing the obituaries?
You know, that's not the worst idea. I don't know if you remember, but I was doing my taxes here a couple of years ago, and you had a guy that was doing estate sales.
Yeah.
He gave me his card. I haven't even hit him up yet because I got so much stuff to get listed, and then I can... That's my problem. I always
going to see him.
I'm going to go do something else, but I always just buy more stuff, so I always have plenty. Guy at work was telling me, maybe I'll just buy stuff and kind of do consignment through you and stuff. And I'm thinking, I didn't say it, but I'm like, man, finding stuff isn't my problem. It's getting it listed right. Like, if I could just do consignment and give somebody my stuff and they did all the work, I'd do it in a heartbeat. 50%, here you go, here you go, here you go. But
so if you're a young kid looking for a job...
Yeah, no kidding, opening up a consignment shop. Here's an idea that I've had, and a lot of the brick and mortars and stuff are shutting down, and I don't know if it would work or not. I've kind of heard similar things, but you open like a pawn shop, right?
Okay.
But it's not the pawn. It's, I'll pay you money. You bring in your stuff. I pay you a price, but I keep your item.
Okay.
So it's not the pawn where you get it back or whatever. And then you just buy your inventory from people, and they get the money from pawning or giving you whatever. And then you just have somebody in the back of the shop listing all the time.
You know what I did?
You opened up a store and did that?
No, I went to Shopko because they were closing.
Oh, we've been there too. We were there just a couple days ago.
May or may not have bought some nice clothes racks.
Oh, did you get you some racks?
$10.
Did you get you any mannequins?
I did.
Yeah, that's where you if you're looking to get mannequins, I've seen people putting this. You go to these going out business sales, and that's where you find your stuff.
I'm tempted because it closes next Monday. With all the shirts I've got, I mean, it was $10.
Yeah.
Industrial grade stuff. And you know what the thing, the guy's like, buy this. And I'm like, how much for this? $20. I'm like, $10. All right.
Just get it out of my store, right? Yeah, that's that, and it's the same thing. I guess ever they go out of business or you decide it's not for you, you just put it on the internet, and somebody will be more than happy to take off your hands for $10.
So I think I'm going to go back tomorrow and see if we can get any more because I'm getting some shirts, and you know the best part is, wife's on board.
She's good with it. Well, they're new with tags, right? That was so the Sitka. It's funny that we say with the camel last week. The same conversation this morning. They were talking about clearance rack clothing. Or like...
oh, no. I'm talking about the actual clearance rack.
Yeah, this is the clearance rack.
Oh, you're talking about the clearance rack. I'm talking about the things that hold the clothes.
About selling stuff that you can find off the clearance rack, and then the other guy was talking about he has a Sitka hat. I didn't even know. Remember last week I couldn't even pronounce it. I didn't know about this camo. Guy I work with every day has one of these hats on. It's like a $50 hat with this camo. I'm like, yeah, we were just talking about that the other day on the podcast, and the Sitka and this, that, and the other. So I'm like, there's just so much out there in the clearance and the stores clothing.
There you go.
Clothing, but I'm trying to say closing. That's a tongue twister. Clothes and clothing. Try that. Just try it.
The closeout clearance.
See? It's not me. It's
catastrophe.
It's hard to say. But yeah, we were up at the Shopko, and I saw some of the toys. They had some of those Hatchimals I was selling 2-3 years ago at Christmas. They were regularly $80, now for $30. I'm like, yeah, they're all day $30 at Walmart. So some of the stuff you gotta be kind of watching. But yeah, there's some good stuff. We got some stuff for the house, personal items, and then a few things we're looking to sell. But it was kind of picked over, so you gotta go through it with the old fine tooth comb.
Man. All I know is, just like you're saying, is the more you get into this, the concert is never going to end, people.
That's the thing. The train's continually going, and just let the people on and help them out. That's what I'm about.
The items that you're finding, it's not like it's so rare that somebody else in a different state finding it is going to hurt your business. If anything, it's only going to make it better.
Well, that's the way I see it, and maybe I see it differently, but like your wife, where the person's saying, hey, I got smoke clothes or whatever. If your wife was a jerk and said, well, stuff I can't stand this podcast to do to yourself, and blah, 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 so on and so forth, that person's never coming back to eBay, right?
No.
But where your wife's like, sorry, I don't know what happened, we don't smoke, handles it in a polite manner, so on and so forth. That's what we want in the online community. I want more people that are like, no, we're good sellers, we're doing it right, people have good experiences, they come back, somebody says, hey, where'd you get that? I got it on eBay from this guy, he's a good seller. And then they're going to buy your stuff eventually. You need people to come to the marketplace to buy from you, and if they have positive experiences, they're going to come back.
And that's what the whole idea is, creating recreational.
The recreational sellers?
Yeah.
I was with the professional, the hardcore, and maybe there is something that you can find for $5 and you can sell for $50 during Christmas. I might not be sharing that.
Yeah.
That's fair,
Yeah, I get it.
But there's stuff year-round, your T-shirts that you can go... I'm never going to go to Muskogee, Oklahoma, USA and buy a T-shirt.
You're saying it on Okie from Muskogee?
When I get down there, I'm probably not going to have the market cornered on the T-shirts, but somebody listening here right now can go to that thrift store. I'll never see it and sell it to somebody that says, I like that. Now I'm going to go on eBay and buy more T-shirts, right?
Well, we don't have anybody in Oklahoma who's downloaded us yet, so if you're in Oklahoma or know a friend or family member, please help them download so we can be an Okie in Muskogee.
Well, that's the other thing, like podcasting, this is still pretty new. Like, a lot of people don't know what podcasting is. I kind of found that surprising, so I'm like, give me your phone.
Yeah.
Let me figure this out for you.
I'll show you real fast.
And let's go ahead and subscribe, 5-star. So, I mean, it's still new to the party, but all I'm saying is, there's plenty of thrift stores, plenty of items, and the more people that have a positive experience with good sellers, not only do we make money, we have a little competition with like you and Watty going. My buddy Painter, as soon as he gets back from his big trips, he's dipping his toe in, he says. So calling him out here.
I'll believe that when I see that.
But Watty's made a couple $100 in his first day.
So the other thing is the people at the stores, they would love for people like us to go in and buy it.
Well, then they don't have to deal with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're trying to sell it, and the more people they get in there, and here's the thing. If it's not that they don't care or think they could sell these items for more, it's the same thing. They have a store full of stuff they can't unload.
Yeah,
they're not going to list it all.
No, there's a lot to go around. It's going back to my whole idea. Do I buy an old 7-Eleven store and say, just bring in your stuff, and I pick through it and say, this is what I'm keeping, this is what I'm not, and some kid in the back lists it for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the idea. I don't know if it's a realistic idea. It's just an idea I've had.
Well,
here's another thing I have to throw out to you. So we're sports card people, right? We grew up with sports cards.
Oh, sports cards. I think you said sports cars.
Both. I can't talk. You know I can't talk. That's why I'm on a podcast trying to say things that sound the same.
That's right.
So sports cards.
Yes. Trading cards.
Trading cards. Now there's this, I can't remember. Let me make sure I pronounce what they're doing right. Because there's this new thing, they're called card shares. So somebody has a sealed pack of cards from, let's say, the 1950s, right?
Okay.
In this pack of cards might be a Mickey Mantle card worth $10,000.
Okay.
So there's 12 cards in this pack. How many card shares do you want to buy for $100 a piece?
Shut up.
And so they sell the shares for, 13 cards, $1,300. And then they'll open them, and you're recording all this, so it's on the up and up. And hey, this is Gary's card. He gets, his Bob Ledoux from the Cincinnati Reds or whatever, and sends that off to him. And they go through, and every now and again somebody might get that Mickey Mantle card, but they're just got these old sealed pack of cards, and they're saying how much for a share. It's the 1980s. It might have whoever's rookie card in here, and you're buying shares, and that's one of the hot things right now. So if you have a sealed pack of cards, card shares, man. Wow,
who'd have thunk that?
I don't know, because I've seen before where they do like the Michael Jordan rookie year. I can't remember. Was that 80? 80-something.
82, 83,
86, somewhere in there. Anyways, you have the potential to get the Michael Jordan rookie card, right? And if it's graded right or whatever, this is $20,000. And they would just sell a pack of cards. Well, now they're getting smart to where there's 10 cards in here. You might have that Michael Jordan card, $1,000 a card, share, and we'll open it live on whatever. And this one goes out to briefcase. Oh, you got the I don't even know, Robert Parrish card for $1,000. On down the line.
Yeah, essentially, you're turning it into a glorified lotto.
Glorified lotto, but somebody does get that Michael Jordan card. I mean, it's in those packs, so eventually it's going to come up, potentially.
There's some smart people.
I'm just saying, you got to think outside that box a little bit. Another thing I heard is, because we're all about people making extra cash, right? This is how we're doing it, but we're talking the gig economy and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a shortage for high school officials in all sports, whether that's softball, football, tennis, volleyball. Across the nation, there's a shortage for people to do this.
You know why?
Parents.
It's our generation.
It's parents yelling at them.
It's our generation thinking that their 12-year-old is going to be freaking Bryce Harper.
It's because when some 12-year-old tries to do the old crossover back jump fadeaway, they get called for traveling.
The bat flip.
Something. They start flopping.
I don't understand how our generation has said, you know what, I'm going to change my whole lifestyle so that we drive 700 miles in a weekend to go watch Junior play a baseball tournament in Mesquite, Nevada.
Hey, maybe he's going to go pro, man. I don't know.
The chances of your kid going pro are the same chances I have of finding something at the DI and selling it for $1 billion.
You got a better chance of pulling that Jordan card out of the card share for $20,000.
I just don't understand, the whole idea of sports and those kind of things. So your kids want to have fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go cheer them on, have fun. But I guess people are getting so nasty and yelling at people are like, it's not worth it.
Why would I want to go out and spend my hard-earned time? I mean, my kids have been in sporting things. I've helped coach, because if I don't do it, who's going to do it? But I told my kids, I'm like, no, we're not going to play every single sport. There's more to life than that.
All I know is if you're looking for some extra cash and you don't have those, I don't know if you can handle getting yelled at, but people need to do it. So if you love sports and you want to officiate, now's the time to get in the game.
If you're the kind of person that yells at anybody for calling a wrong call on your kid, and it may not even be a wrong or right. Guess what? In the real world, if I'm doing something right and somebody gets ticked off at me, all it does is it teaches me a lesson. Life's not fair.
Well, I just want to go and throw people out.
The best...
You're out of here!
You know who Dennis Leary is?
Yeah.
Funny comedian. He had this routine that he always talked about. He says, well, what did you want to do when you want to grow up? I wanted to be the center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, life's not fair. Put a helmet on, kid. You suck.
Yeah, that's the thing. We all had our pipe dreams, and it was either that or you wanted to be like ice cream man. That was somehow going to make you money or something like that. Firemen do make money, but everyone had their little jobs that they wanted. That now you're just like the garbage man. I don't know, whatever it was going to be.
It's just not fair, man. Life's just not fair.
Well, and coming back to that, my dad taught me that. So going in the Wayback Machine, I remember I had some friends that were going to Disneyland. I was probably 8, 9, somewhere in that. And I was so upset because I'd never been to Disneyland before, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was sad and crying. It's not fair. And I don't know why we don't get to go. This, that, and the other. And the old man sat me down. And he said, listen, son, it's not fair. But you should be happy for other people. When they get to go to Disneyland, someday you'll get to go too. But be happy for them. Don't be resentful. And hope they have a good time. Life isn't fair. And that's came into my life to be a very valuable lesson, because the great thing is life isn't fair. Somebody pays me $400 for a T-shirt. That's not fair.
No.
It's great for me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's not fair because, whatever. But the second you learn that life's not fair is the second that you learn that life can be great.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be fair, right?
No, we're all built differently.
Maybe I've been to Disneyland more times than those kids now. I have no clue. But sitting around moping and looking at other people and saying, oh, they got made or they got this and that, it's not going to make your life any better. So
giving anybody anything, giving your kids these things, you got to teach them, because what's going to happen when they're too old to, are you going to pay their bills when they're 21?
A lot of people are.
And that's
Right
why
now,
society.
a lot of people are.
It's not that it is bad. Like, you got to teach the value of money. I know we got into this a little bit last week and things, but this is a great opportunity. Exactly what we're doing is you are literally teaching somebody how to run a business.
Well, it's going back to, in your life, think back to listener, anything that you've been given to you, and some of us have had some pretty cool things given to us, but has it meant as much as that same item that you've went out and purchased with your hard work and money? Usually not.
No. I mean, the fact that a lot of these things, these tournaments, do you know how much money people spend on them?
I do, because I sell them stuff on eBay to play. It's baseball mitt season right now. You got your baseball bats, hot tip. It's that time of year to be listing things, because parents that can't afford it, but they still want to do it, will buy it from you.
I did see that. That is a great tip. Make your kids work. Don't buy everything for them. Like, you have to be able to say no.
And we're not saying be a slave driver, too, right? Like, don't make your kids go out in 90-degree weather and pull weeds without gloves on, then give them like warm water as a refreshment or anything like that with salt in it.
What about promising them they can get a swimming pool, but they had to dig for it a month every single day after school?
Dig that hole, why? Because you need something to fill up next month.
That may or may not have happened to me when I was a kid.
You dug your own pool?
We did.
Did you get that pool?
We did.
Oh, you did? I thought you were going to say no.
No, we had to go out and hand dig it for literally about a month.
Yeah, well, now you're telling the story on a podcast.
It's true.
Your dad didn't give you warm water with salt in it as a reward, though, did he?
No. I don't remember if we even got water.
That's why I'm just saying, like, if your kids are helping you make some money, give them some ample reward. I'm not saying to be that guy where you're just like, and then I took away the $10 he made and told him that was going to go to buy his lunch.
I think the more open we are, too, about everything, about finances, about saying this is what it costs, this is how much things are.
This is what life costs.
This is what, because if they want to run a business, they have to know, like, oh, a brick and mortar, like, I have to sign a 3-year lease, and it's it's going to cost me $2,700 a month, and then I have to pay utilities.
Well, it's a teaching experience, and each one's kids are different, but let them know, hey, this is what this costs, or it's just teaching them that, hey, I don't have to work for somebody, especially the way with a lot of businesses are going right now, where a lot of things are being automated. People are saying, how are we going to get a job, factories closing down, whatever. Give them options so that they can say, okay, I'm not going to work for that guy. I can do my own thing. Things get tough, I can go sell on the internet. If I can get a better job, I can take it. You're just giving them options.
But it's also research. It's giving people the ability to learn something on the fly. That's what I say. The most important degree is the degree in figure it out-ofness.
In the school of hard knocks.
Did you get that figure it out-ofness?
I can't even say clothing and close a store, so I'm not going to try to figure it out-ofness. You're crazy if you think I'm going to sit here and say figure it out-ofness more than that.
We have an amazing machine in your pocket that does things that we could never dream of when we were 15 years old.
I have a lot of work stories this week. My boss's son is like 9, 10 years old, so they're learning all the math, and you got to learn the math. But the teachers are still throwing out the you're not always going to have a calculator in your pocket line.
No, they're not.
Yeah, apparently. I'm like, not only are you going to have a calculator in your pocket, you're going to have a little thing that you can say, hey, computer in my pocket, tell me the square root of whatever. What's the formula to figure out whatever I'm trying to figure out, and we'll bring it up. So not only will you have the calculator in your pocket, you'll have a machine that will do the math for you.
I know we've gotten to this. It took me 13 years to graduate college. I'm not exactly the greatest student in the world.
Dr. Prumpy.
Dr. P. It may or may not have taken me 4 tries to pass calculus. And luckily on the 4th try, they changed the curriculum. And it had open book, open computer tests.
Okay.
So it was all legit. I was not cheating in any form or fashion. Okay, but it was able to say, here's the problem, and I went and copied and pasted, put it into Wolfgram. That's the website. I don't know how I found it. No, I did. How do you solve a calculus problems?
The Google machine.
The Google machine. Anyways, I pulled it right up, threw it in there, copied and pasted. B-, my friend.
And that's all it took.
That's all it took.
And that's how he does your taxes now. You come in and he Googles what you do with a 1099 form when somebody wants you to do their taxes. Wolfogram. Okay, enter this here, that there. Tax survey here, there. And that's how it goes.
That's right. You can get a 20-second Google search of 14 years of my experience. You choose what you want.
Well, 14 years is just one more year longer than you were doing college, from what I just learned. So if those are dog years, that's only 4 years. Dog year reverse, something like that.
Yeah, I don't have a dog.
I do.
I know you do.
Shout out to Chug.
Chug's a good dog, man.
Chug is a good dog.
Chug's on its... how is Chug's health doing?
Well, she's on the decline. She's a little older dog, so she's having some roughness, but she's a trooper. She's having a hard time getting in and out of cars. She won't do stairs anymore. She's just given up on that. And got her on some supplements, and you get over, you get them pills in you. So she's had more sunrises than she has left in her. I'll say that much, but haven't we all at some point?
Yes, we have.
So what else you got for me, man?
Man, I'm telling you.
I brought out the high school ref, and we went off on a tangent.
We did go off on a
I just
tangent.
want people to make some extra money. Any good stories?
Let's see. You know, it is kind of funny. It's like October 15th is like this, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's tax day. It's like people get amnesia.
October 15th?
No, April 15th.
Okay, I mean, you just had a stroke.
No, it's like...
You sound like me.
Probably. I don't even know how many dozens of people called saying, hey man, can you still get me in?
You got any spots available?
No, man, I don't. You can leave a message and you will try and call you back later.
So what you're saying is if you need a tax appointment for next year, now would be a good time to start scheduling?
No, it's like you got to be considerate of somebody. It's not considerate. It's like people forget and they think that you can just drop everything to help them out in that last moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of human nature. Everyone's like, but it's me.
Well, yeah, it is you, and that's the problem is you multiply that by so many people, but you need to make sure you're, I don't know, the more aware of you are of your circumstance, I guess being self-aware, that really makes it, hey, bud, I know you're busy, but
what you doing this Thursday? I know it's Family Thrift Day and all, but I'll take you over to Shopco and buy you a card if you can get me in for this or that.
One thing that I really started doing too is I just turned my phone off. I didn't even get messages. I just don't even.
Smart business move. I'm telling people to call you, and you're just turning off your phone, and they got questions for you, and you're saying, "Oh, the old
no,
the train is full.
The
train is full. We're going to the concert."
Hey, now don't be twisting my words here. My personal phone.
Okay, the business line's always open.
You do realize you can tell people no.
Hey, we had a conversation about this a few weeks back.
Yeah, you just
sometimes that's the most important conversation you can have with somebody.
So I'm looking at my funny Tiger Woods picture here. Yeah, I know it's talking about Tiger Woods, the Obama Tiger.
Yeah.
Man looks rough, and now the Trump Tiger, he looks like a new man.
Hard times.
I actually got to see Tiger Woods live, win a major.
Was he greeting you at certain clubs you were going in at the time on his hard luck tour? Or
No, this is...
win a major.
Win a major. No, this is prior Obama. This is Bush days.
Oh, my goodness. Your kids weren't even born yet.
My kids weren't even thought of at that moment.
Oh, they'd been thought
of. By who?
Just continue on with your story.
So I went and saw Tiger Woods win a major, which, I've got this cool PGA championship thing from Tulsa, Oklahoma from 2007. So that was kind of a fun thing. Going back to it, it's that memorabilia. I think that's what people are really looking for. A lot of everything I have there, it's all old stuff.
Yeah, I mean people are buying memories. I'm sure right now we're just not hip enough to know what the new generation's up with. But
here's the problem.
You're selling to, right?
We were at the zoo today, and it just baffles my mind. And again, I guess that's the thing. You have to learn to not ask why. Like, I don't ask why somebody would pay $20 for a piece of Tupperware in Boise. I don't ask why somebody'd buy licorice that's, whatever.
We've been selling some licorice, too.
I don't ask why people think that holy jeans are cool.
You just look around. That's the place that when you're at the zoo and you're out and about.
I know.
If you got an eye for it, this is where I people watch, but I don't look at the right things. I should be watching what people are wearing, kind of what's trending and stuff. I just look at what the goofy people are doing at the zoo.
Holy clothes, like ripped up jeans, man. I'm telling you, I was so cool in my day.
What were you wearing? What were you rocking?
Holy jeans, because I couldn't afford any others.
If you had that time machine, he just brought you 10 years from the 20 years from the past to the future, whatever it is.
I would have just held on to all my holy jeans.
Just come in how you were dressed. You'd have a whole new life, man. You'd been the hit of the party.
Oh, man.
They'd have probably, made you sorority president or something like that. I don't know.
That's women's
Yeah,
stuff.
you've been so hot with the ladies, they'd made you the president.
Yes, that's very true.
And that was a belly chuckle there, so.
Well, you got to let us know. I know last week we got into the extended version of the one-horn matador.
Hey, people were liking that. People were liking, maybe I should bring a story a week, but sometimes I think I just get rambling on, and I don't know who's enjoying it, but then all these people tell me how much they enjoyed it. I had a person, so I didn't say this last week, I had somebody come up and say, hey, thanks for the podcast, right? This was like a church event. I'm up $400 since I started listening. Thanks, man. And my family thought that was pretty cool because, people, you tell them you're doing this and they think you got 3 people in the basement that you're locked up and forced them to listen, but apparently it's working for people. You got Watty calling you out. You got calling out people. You got the Burger King people mad about your McDonald's mat. They're going to buy it for money just to burn it. Things are going.
I hope we lose the stigmatism of it, that it's, like you said, it's your secret that nobody can know about.
Well, I think the problem is, maybe it's just areas of the world, but I think a lot of people try talking to people about it, and they just don't want to hear about it. I've learned that once I start talking to people about it, they not only get curious, they start asking questions, and then they start saying, well, I got this, that, and the other. What do you think that's worth? And it's really been a pretty good conversation starter. And then like, oh, okay, so this guy does know something. I mean, he knows a little bit about whatever I'm selling.
The degree in figure it out of
And then once you teach them, well, so I even had, so Painter hit me up and he said, hey, what was that site again, the brick something or another? And I said, oh, Brick Seek. And I kind of ran down what that, was the clearance type items or finding stuff in stock. And then he wanted to know, well, if I'm looking to find the value of something again. So I ran back down, hey, you go to your eBay app, you look at the, item, you look at sold completes, you go through it, and if it's not there, that's either a really good sign or a really bad sign. Depending on high demand, and it's not there because you can't find them or just nobody wants them. But generally, you can find a name, and you can kind of get an idea of what things go for. So, hot tip to people out there: that's how it's done, son.
Well, we got to end the show on a high note.
Yeah, I was going to bring up so before we get to that high note, the Stone Temple Pilots. You remember them?
Oh, STP.
So old Mr. Weiland's no longer with us, unfortunately, right?
Didn't know that.
And he passed away. Anyways, his family's having all sorts of tax problems because apparently even after you pass, you have to pay taxes.
I've told you that.
Well, apparently his family's finding that out, so they're having to sell off a lot of his merchandise to cover tax bills, which is unfortunate. And it is kind of sad, but I'm not buying the stuff. I don't know where it's available. I just heard the story. But if you're a Stone Temple Pilot or a Weiland fan, right now would be the time to probably get some pretty cool things and help out the family. So I guess put that one in your Google machine to figure out where that's being sold. But yeah, even after you die, man, they'll come beating down your door. I said they should just tell them to, repo, go find him and repo it from him, because what are they going to do, You here?
I'm here. I'm just. We always seem to come back to Grandpa Joe.
No, I'm not even going to dignify this conversation.
You may or may not have sent me a picture of somebody's tattoo on their arm.
They were not. That's his back.
Oh, that's somebody's back.
That's somebody's back.
I don't know whose back that is, but they got some issues.
With Grandpa Joe trying to rob little kids from factories and monies and what have you.
To tattoo an expletive on your back?
Well, they just don't care for Grandpa Joe.
Well, I wouldn't tattoo that on my back.
Well, what would you tattoo on your back?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I'd say probably I'd picture my family.
You tattoo. How much money do I have to give you to get a picture of your family tattooed on your back?
Yeah.
Are we going extended or are we going...
No, I'm talking wife and kids.
Wife and kids?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I don't know. I'm a very pain intolerant kind of guy.
350? You gonna do the trick?
No.
If I do a GoFundMe, how much am I going to have to get you to get a picture of your family on your back?
No, that's not even on the bargaining chip.
So that's not something you would tattoo on your back. What's something you would tattoo on your back?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
So I'll tell you a funny story. I wanted to end on a high note. Okay?
All right. You don't think somebody dying and having to pay taxes is a high note?
No, that's not. You're bringing us down, my friend.
Bruce?
Bruce. So I've got a family member. I won't throw out names, but if you know who he is, you know who he is.
It rhymes with?
No, not doing a rhymes with. He may or may not have gotten in trouble in Southern California. He jumped into Shamu's tank. Yeah.
Was he there blackfish protesting?
I don't know what he was doing.
You have a family member who went to see Shamu and decided at some point in the show, this is called a killer whale. It's going to be a good idea if I jump in its tank.
And here's the best part, okay? It's not like you can do it one of those anonymous things. He may or may not have had his name tattooed on his back.
Was it a picture of you and his family?
No, it's just his name. Just his last name tattooed on his back.
Oh, so he took off the shirt to go swimming with Shamu.
I believe it was.
So he thought this one out.
Yeah.
Was he hoping it would do a trick and throw him in the air? What was was he inebriated? What was going on?
I don't know the full details.
How do you get this story? Does Grandma call you up and say, "Do you hear about so and so?" And you're like, "No."
I'm pretty sure it was on the news.
It was on the news, and you said, "That's the best." When you're watching a news story or you see something, you're like, "Wait a minute, I know that guy." And then you're like, "Oh, that's my relation."
That may or may not have happened with another family member. Remember how we talked about those decon mouse poisons?
Yeah.
Yeah, it may or may not have seen a family member busted for making some stuff.
So you got somebody that's into chemistry.
Yes.
I think we all have somebody. If you go far enough in the tree, and it's usually not too far, that unfortunately is into the chemistry.
So, high note.
So wait a minute. So you jump in Shamu's tank. What happens next?
I know he got in pretty big trouble for it.
They come arrest you?
I'm pretty sure he did.
They pull you to the side?
I'm pretty sure he got arrested.
What possibly could he say he was doing?
I don't know. It's one of those things I forgot about it till you said
How long ago was this?
Oh, this was several years ago.
So if I Google this, I might be able to figure this one out.
You might be able to figure it out.
Was the family member you?
No. This is not a friend of mine asking for a friend.
A guy that lived in Pahrump, Nevada.
No. It was not me.
Okay. Is he still popular at the family reunions?
Oh yeah.
Then 9 to 5 with good behavior? Is he?
Yeah. It was a minor issue. I believe he still was a minor at the time.
That's the time to do all your crimes as a minor.
Yeah.
Because after that, those records.
Are you saying that from personal experience?
Probably.
If
ever you were going to get into trouble, do it before you're 18, because then it's expunged or whatever you call it later.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
The expunging means it's not on your permanent record.
Never heard of her.
Okay. I thought you were a smart man.
Nope. Don't know what you're talking about.
You know what love is?
What's love got to do with it?
Forrest Gump.
Okay.
I don't know. Hit them yard sales, man. Get out there, get your stuff going, get listed. I think we're a little just, in this post-tax hangover. We just came in with good news, people liking our stories. I don't have another Matador story right now, folks. If I did, I'd tell it to you. But maybe next week we'll come up with one. Make sure to give us that 5-star rating while you're out there. Tell your friends and family to give us a listen.
We want to hear about what you're selling, too.
We do. That's where the money's to be made. Not that we're just going to copy it, but it gives you ideas, right? So, I got my licorice has been going pretty good this week. I have some essential oil type paraphernalia that's been doing pretty well for me. T-shirts, the usual. I actually going to be getting a whole bunch, so I'll get my cards graded. I have a shipment of cards coming back to me, so I'll probably be busy on those.
I didn't like when I get my report card back.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. You get graded, and you're like, oh, why'd they only give it that score? That was a better... Because, the difference between an 8 and a 10 on a card could be hundreds of dollars, potentially, right? So...
Especially was in college. Those grades were tough to come by.
Yeah, I'm just hearing about it. Apparently you just need the open books test and the Google machine. Maybe I should go do college.
No.
No, you wouldn't recommend it?
Not for what you have to pay for it.
Hey, we got a lot of kids graduating right now. It's getting being graduating season, so
That's true.
so if you just graduated from college and you're looking for a job, get selling online.
That's right.
Pay back them student loans. Actually, I did have a story about that. So you know my boy Clark Howard, right?
This is Clark Howard.
Clark Howard here, trying to help you sell things. He was talking the other day. A lot of kids are getting six-figure student loan debt,
Oh, we already talked about
and
this.
he's wondering, is it worth it? I mean, is it worth it to you to go six
No.
figures deep in debt to have a degree,
Absolutely not.
to go out and? I mean, what are you going to tell your kids if that point comes up? I mean, is that some conversation you have now? Like, if you want to pay for college, you get saving,
Yeah.
or is it you're not going to college because
You better be getting scholarships.
a lot of people are apparently. So I may or may not know a person who has a roommate who had a friendly. He called it a Dog the Bounty Hunter visit.
A what?
You ever watched Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Oh, of course I know dog.
So Dog goes in and he'll blast people, right? He'll catch them and call them names up one side and down the other, to put it politely, and force them down and just tell them what a scumbag they are. But then once he gets them in the car, he has to come to Jesus talk with them, like, man, your life's worth living. Man, your mom loves you. I was talking to her. You got kids. Like, what are you doing? Get your life together. Like, the rebuild has the prayer, all that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, this person had a. So when people have, back in our day, just one bill and one payment per month for the apartment or whatever, you just split it up.
Yeah.
Apparently now it's more on an individual, so you pay $200 a month. Everyone pays $200 a month. Like you have your own contract, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, one of the roommates hadn't been paying for whatever reason, living off student loans, and times got tough. So the landlord comes to the door with everyone in there and gives the guy, the Dog the Bounty Hunter, you owe me money speech, right? Like, what are you doing? This, that, and the other. But before he got him out to the car to take him off to prison, he turned into the Dog the Bounty Hunter. Man, what are you doing with your life? You can get your crap together. You're a good kid. You can go talk to people. You got religious people that care about you. You go talk to people, get some money going. But you need to pay me my money. So, to that guy still on eBay.
That's where you get back the value of $1.
I mean, you can't fully, if you owe people money, running away from it is not going to solve that problem.
No, it's not.
And borrowing more money at higher interest rates is not going to solve that problem.
You got to be open about finances with your kids, because if you're not, they're going to end up being 23, getting Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You don't
out
want
of
your
their
kid getting
apartment.
the Dog the Bounty Hunter talk and then calling you up and saying, I've been paying the bills for 6 months, and when I did, it was off my student loans, and I ain't got no money.
And I guarantee mom and daddy's flipping their phone bill for them.
Hey, on another note, I've talked to Cole, so we're going to get him in here probably next week, and he's been doing eBay Motors. That's a spot that I don't have the knowledge in. He's going to come in and tell you all the things that he's been selling, flipping cars. He does a lot of like dirt bike type stuff. So also Easter, right? Easter's this week.
Yes, sir.
So day after Easter, you got the 50-cent 50% off items. So
I may or may not have looked up pancake and syrup Peeps.
okay,
They had them in their store. I'm like, I'm going to look that up. But the thing is there wasn't a lot on the sold list. But I'm like, well, probably because it's not after Easter. But the one was like $7.
for a pack of Peeps.
Yeah.
How much Peeps costing
That
nowadays?
was like 99 cents.
Wait till the day after Easter. That's 50 cents.
That's what I was looking for.
Like I've said before, a lot of the Cadbury eggs, you get the mini eggs, dark chocolate, white chocolate, regular chocolate.
Here's the scary part. I went to the Walmart the other day, and I may or may not have been thinking about you while I was enjoying a Cadbury egg.
A lot of people have had that experience.
Because
They call me dark chocolate.
Thunder from Down Under.
The one I Matador. I don't know. I got so many nicknames going. I'm like the briefcase anymore.
Easy. Nobody wants to know about what you were doing in college. No, because I told you got to.
It wasn't going to college.
I know you were making money off those college ladies, though. You had to rip off the foil on it, and
Pay to play.
yes, you had to rip off the foil, and it still had some on it. And I was thinking about you chomping on
So
it.
here's something. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So apparently it's over in the UK. Cadbury is teamed up with some mayonnaise company to put that cream in a mayonnaise jar. And so you can buy Cadbury cream in a mayonnaise jar, which is limited edition, limited space. I guarantee that is going to sell for some high dollars.
I heard what you said, but you said, what did you call it, jar?
A mayonnaise. I think it's with a Miracle Whipper. It's one of those companies is teamed up with the
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
No, not mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Wow.
Tomato, creek. I'm from rural southern Utah County, sir.
Wow.
I talks how I want about what I want when I want.
You ever have that? Like you hear somebody talking, you're like, I don't know what the heck that guy just said.
There's a lot of family issues around what we're doing right now that I'm not going to dive into. But apparently I can be a backwoods hillbilly talker when I need to be.
May or may not have thought that same thing. I says, I don't know what this cream is, but it's good.
So you were thinking about me eating an egg?
Cadbury egg.
Well, thanks for thinking of me.
Because I was thinking I could get that little foil and you'd chew on it, get a little twitch.
No, don't even do that. We're going to go down to the library and do some research.
That's what we had. Dewey Decimal System.
Hey, somebody was storing cards in the Dewey. They bought, so the Dewey Decimal System went out of business or whatever, the library.
Went out of business.
They don't use them no more. They ain't, now you got me in my old, I'm going to be talking somewhat rural to a learned man. But they took the Dewey Decimal card things.
The drawers.
They got them from their local library.
Wow.
And they're putting their cards in there, and they can, put them in and organize them so they can find what they're looking for, and they have like millions of cards.
That's why I bought my clothing rack from the Shopko. Now I can organize it the way I want. I'm telling you.
It's probably better than trying to find them off the floor when they sell of where did I put that thing.
That's right.
We've all been there.
Well, I haven't yet. My death pile's not as large as your death pile.
That's right. Your bank account, cha-ching, isn't quite where my ka-chingers are in the base.
Well, tax season did just get over, so I'm in a good mood.
I know, I can tell.
I'm in a very good mood.
Very giving.
Very giving.
Very giving.
That's right.
He's got a case of Cadbury eggs for everybody listening at adamupaccounting.com.
Hey, now.
Very giving. Very happy. May or may not get to you in 6 to never years.
Right after that free ice cream cone from Dairy Queen.
Hey, that was valid.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I had people thanking me for birthday cones on my birthday.
You are a bold-faced liar.
That's the truth. Contact Adam Beasley at Adam Up Accounting if you enjoyed a birthday cone on March 20th from Derek from the Dairy Queen.
Oh, man.
It's a true story.
Well, now you're going to say there's 3 things that are certain in life.
Well, it's not for certain, because they could very well go renege on my offer.
I'm sure they could.
And not give birthday ice cream to everyone next March 20th.
Well, I got some things to do. I got to go home and list, man.
Yeah, you got some stuff to do. I guess there's a... Are we to that point?
We are to that
Maybe
point.
There's 3 things. Maybe Watty's going to beat you in the monthly sales? Is that a for certain thing?
Watty's not going to beat me.
Did you think that you'd be getting called out by a man in Washington that you've never met about an eBay who gets the most things sold in a month?
Well, see, I'm not motivated. I'm gonna go home and get this, my McDonald's mat here, my MacGyver jacket.
Hey, everyone go out there and find your own version of the MacGyver jacket. Get selling.
Especially when I come back and say, man, I sold this for how many dollars?
It's springtime. People are cleaning up. It's time to get that stuff that you're going to be selling and get it listed. So
Yard it up.
Yard it up. I like that.
Yard it up.
Well, 3 things in life are not for certain, but 2 things are, Adam. What are those 2 things?
Well, I think we could throw in a third.
Okay, well, I was going to say death piles and taxes. What's your third?
And yard it up.
Yard it up. Some places you can yard it up year-round, but here, you're trying to yard it up in December, you're just going to be out in the cold, my friend.
And, people are always moving. And we're all hoarders. And I think people are starting to realize, we're trying to get minimalist, we're trying to lose some stuff, and they just throw it all out there saying, buy it, take it, I don't want to move it again.
If you can find somebody, I can get one of these good divorce sales. Apparently, you find the right person on a good divorce sale, you can get things for cheap, and people moving across state lines or just moving don't want their stuff.
That's where you found the MacGyver jacket, because I know he didn't take that to the thrift store.
His wife got that to the thrift store and said, I don't care where you worked, we ain't taking this no more.
We ain't getting that, and unlike STP's family, you know what?
Oh, man.
You're going to have to pay those taxes.
I think we closed the show with the 2 things in life, and we just kept rambling.
I think we did. Well, let's official.
Okay, you do it this time.
All right, there's 2 things that are for certain in life, and that's death piles and taxes.